Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank my colleague from the San Fernando Valley for authoring this important resolution. And I think it's important that we distinguish between the actions of two different groups that led to January 6th. One is the actions of the rioters, which were criminal and in an attempt to physically take over our Capitol, where they assaulted law enforcement. They assaulted law enforcement with law enforcement's own batons, with fire extinguishers, and even with the American flag that we all pledged allegiance to not 10 minutes ago. They broke into the Capitol. They defecated in the Capitol. They urinated in the Capitol. And every one of those, like the minority leader said, every one of those people committed criminal acts and should be held to account for the acts that they committed. But there are also the actions of the people who spread the lies that led to the riot on January 6th. And it's not only President Trump who's been spreading lies about our democracy, but it's been other political operatives. They've used their social media platforms to try to convince Americans that the election wasn't appropriate, that the election wasn't accurate, that the election wasn't safe. And these are lies. And these are lies that lead to actions that we saw on January 6th. But it's also the people that stay quiet in the face of those lies. It's the people who won't step up and admit and acknowledge that President Biden is the duly elected president of the United States. It's the people who will continue to propose lies about our elections and the accuracy of our elections that occurred last November, 2 Novembers ago, excuse me. And it's those people who stay quiet in the face of these lies that are just as complicit as the people who are lying. It's those people who refuse to stand up, maybe to leaders in their own party, to say, no, what you're doing is wrong, what you're doing is unpatriotic, what you're doing is un-American, and you are eroding the fabric of our democracy. Because that's what's happening. And our democracy is at a cliff's edge right now. Anybody who doesn't think so is kidding themselves. You have attempts across the country for politicians to undo the will of the electorate, to put their chosen politician in power. You have attempts across the country using these lies and using the uncertainty that those lies have created to try to undermine our voting rights in America. And we all must speak out against this. Democrat, Republican, no party preference, independent. We all must speak out to try to save our democracy. Because I would argue that our democracy is in greater threat now than it's been in my life. And I think in most of the lives of the people in this room. So I hope people take this as seriously as they need to. This isn't partisan. This is American. We're talking about our democracy. And I hope we can all agree that our democracy should be stronger than one person's craven attempts to gain power. That's why we have our democracy, is to stop that from happening. So I hope everybody really thinks strongly about the words of this resolution. I hope everyone really thinks strongly about the actions, not only on January 6th, but that led to January 6th, and the actions that have continued since January 6th to try to undermine America's democracy that we all hold so dear. I strongly encourage everyone to vote in favor of AJR 22. Thank you.